everyone, and welcome to Makeup Mayhem. I know that this is my second video in Makeup Mayhem, but the first video that I posted was actually pre-recorded before I decided to participate in Makeup Mayhem, so I didn't even mention in the video anything about Makeup Mayhem. It was just in the title. If you've never seen Makeup Mayhem before, don't know what it is, basically every other day in May, every odd day, I'll be posting a video. Now, since this is the very first time I've done Makeup Mayhem, if I'm a little late or it takes me a little longer, please, please, please be kind, be understanding. I'm not used to this kind of schedule. Also, I do have a full-time job. YouTube is just my hobby, so please keep that in mind as well. My job obviously comes first. It is a little slower for my job in May, which is why I decided to do this, so I thought I could commit to it, and hopefully I can. I am really excited, and I've planned out all the videos for the month. I just need to film, edit, and upload those, so that is a very lengthy process. So please keep that in mind, be kind, be patient, and we should all have a good time here in Makeup Mayhem. So let's get right into today's video. Today I wanted to share with you what's in my yoga bag. I love watching any kind of what's in my bag videos, so I thought it would be fun to do a workout yoga edition, and I'm doing a lot more yoga and stretching and cycling activities like that because I don't know if I mentioned this on my YouTube channel. I have, I think, mentioned it on Twitter or Instagram or maybe my blog, but I actually currently have a stress fracture, so I'm really limited on the workouts that I can do. My physical therapist has basically banned me from a lot of different types of exercise, so I'm not allowed to run, I'm not allowed to do any kind of high impact workouts on my legs. I can't do weights with my legs, like the weight machines at the gym. I can't do any jumping jacks, or I can't jump rope or anything kind of high impact on your legs. So I'm limited to swimming, yoga, and cycling mainly. I can't even walk for exercise, he said. I can walk, obviously, but I can't walk for exercise. So it's been a little trying, but yoga has definitely been my savior right now. So let's go ahead and talk about the things that I carry with me in my yoga bag. First, the yoga bag that I have is a yoga bag I found on Amazon. It basically wraps around your yoga mat, and then it has straps so you can wear it like a backpack. I really like this bag, but I will say when I first got it, it had, you know how sometimes you'll buy a product and it has kind of a gasoline smell, I guess because of the machinery that made it or something like that. It did when I first got it. It doesn't really as much now. There's still kind of a hint of it, but I usually find those overwhelming and completely offensive and return it. But this one I was like, well, I really like how the bag's designed, so let me give it a chance. So I kept it, and I actually ended up really liking it. So besides that one little thing, it's been a really great bag. So the first thing, obviously, that I carry in my yoga bag are my yoga mats. So my yoga mats are right here, tucked in. There's lots of different straps and things, but I actually have two different yoga mats that I carry with me to the gym or to a yoga class at a yoga studio, and that's because I just like the extra padding. Actually, one of these I think is double thickness, and then one's regular thickness, but it's basically I have 3 yoga mats in here and they all fit, and that was one of the reasons I bought this particular bag, because I looked at the dimensions and I thought, okay, I think that will fit both of my yoga mats, and it does. So I take both of my yoga mats with me. I prefer not to use the ones at the gym. They're, sometimes kind of stinky and smelly, and they got everybody else's sweat on them, so I like to bring my own and clean my own yoga mats. So after you kind of open up the main part of the bag, there are different compartments over here. I don't really use them. It shows, I think, online pictures that you can put pencils and things like that in here, but I just don't find that there's very much room. The one thing that I do have in here are yoga gloves, and these are just kind of good if you are slipping and sliding on the mat a lot, like if you're doing a hot yoga session or you're just particularly sweaty that day. Yoga gloves are really helpful to kind of keep you on the mat. This yoga bag also has some pockets on the sides, so right here is a little tiny pocket that's perfect for keys, so I keep my keys in here. And then on the other side, there's another compartment that's perfect for a water bottle, and you can actually, there's a drawstring, you can really hold it in there. This water bottle is a little too big, so it just fits in the pocket, but I always like to take a water bottle with me because you can get really dehydrated during yoga. Besides the pockets on the side and the giant strap-in area for your actual yoga bag, you can actually unzip the entire thing in half, basically like a backpack, and then there's more storage inside here. So I like to take with me some face wipes. These are always good for right after the workout. If you have to run somewhere before you can go home, you can just kind of wipe yourself off, and I use them not just for face wipes, but also, you know, if I'm a little sweaty on my arms or legs or something gross like that. I feel like this video is getting really gross because in yoga, you can get pretty gross if you're doing a good job. So, but I always like to take these because they smell good. And I actually haven't used this kind yet, the grapefruit, but I've used, I think, the blueberry and cucumber, and I like them. I've used this brand before, just not this particular scent. So I always like to take some towelettes with me. In this compartment, I also have my phone with me, so I just take that with me into yoga as well. Obviously turn it off, but I have this phone in this compartment as well. And then the very last thing that I keep in my yoga bag is a little makeup bag. It doesn't really have makeup in it, but it has a couple essentials for me. So I always like to have a Laura bar or some sort of granola bar with me when I go to yoga, because if I get hungry right before, or if I'm hungry after, or if I want to go running afterwards, I can have a little snack, a little protein, before I go and run. Obviously, I have not been running after yoga lately because of my stress fracture, but hopefully when I'm healthy again, I'll be able to do that. It's just an extra good way to get in some more cardio after your yoga session. Another thing that I like to take with me in case I'm gonna run after yoga is my iPod Shuffle and my headphones. So I just have a little headphone detangler guide or wrap around my headphones so they don't tangle up in the bag too. And then just a couple miscellaneous things. I always like to have a little bit of chapsticks. Burt's Bees is my favorite, so I like to carry this generally. I also like to have some hair ties in here just in case mine breaks or I forget to put my hair up before I go to the gym. Also, these are very similar to twist bands, but I actually made them. So if you're interested in me doing a DIY on how to make your own twist bands, it's much cheaper and it's really easy and fast to do. Go ahead and leave a comment below and let me know. And then the last thing in my actual yoga bag are bobby pins. I have regular bobby pins, and then I always have this twisty bun bobby pin that usually works pretty well on my hair too. Other than that, I just have two things that are not really in my bag, but sometimes I'll carry them with me just in case. So sometimes I'll bring a blender bottle and some protein powder in there. I like chai tea flavored protein powder. It is so delicious. But sometimes I'll bring this, especially if I'm gonna go on a run afterwards. I can have some protein powder between my yoga and my running. And then the very last thing that I wanted to mention, and this is not something that I take with me, but rather pick up at the gym, is a towel. And not all gyms or yoga studios provide towels, so that might be something you want to think about taking on your own if your gym or yoga studio doesn't have one. Mine do, so I usually don't have to take one, but towels are great to have when you're doing yoga because you can, you know, wipe yourself off, or you can put it on your mat, like at the top of your mat or the bottom of your mat where your hands or your feet are, and it'll help keep them from slipping. So if you don't want to bust out the yoga gloves, because sometimes I'm a little bit embarrassed to bust out the yoga gloves, I'll instead just put a towel at the top or at the bottom of my yoga mat for my hands or my feet so they don't slip off of the mat. So that is everything in my yoga bag. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and click the thumbs up button and subscribe to see more. If you have any requests for Makeup Mayhem, go ahead and leave a comment below. As I said earlier, I have most of the videos kind of thought out and planned ahead. However, I could always switch something out if it's requested, and I think that it'd be really fun to do for Makeup Mayhem, or I could do your request next month as well. If you want to connect with me outside of YouTube, I will link my blog, Twitter, and Instagram in the description below. Other than that, I hope you're having a really great day, and I will see you next time.